What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Movie Roulette Mondays here. Episode 10, the double digits we're in. We're reviewing a classic movie here. First time watching it for me. I've been wanting to watch it for a while now. Jack Nicholson in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, 1975. I knew some things about this movie. I knew that he was in a mental hospital, doesn't really believe he should be there. And then I knew, obviously, Nurse Ratched is like an iconic villain.
I believe she won an Oscar for that
role. Did she? Yeah, she's great. So I knew that about it, but I really didn't know the tone of it and stuff. And I gotta say, it was there's heartwarming moments in it, but then the ending just really breaks you. It's,
I know.
Yeah, fuck. I wasn't expecting that at all.
I really
wasn't.
Text me about it.
No,
holy
shit.
It's so good. I love this movie.
So I watched it last night. I started it, and then I watched the last hour right before I came here. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Because I was ready to come in here like, oh, this is a great movie about, like, people. Yeah, it's really, it ends on a dark note. Definitely
Spoilers, by the way. Probably.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a commentary on mental hospitals in general, how people are treated within them.
Sure.
I don't know too much about
psychiatric care facilities.
Yes, I don't know too much about that now. I know this movie in the book was written in the 60s, so
yeah.
But I mean, amazing performance by Jack. This is prime Jack. I really enjoy it. I mean, I don't know. Let's get into it. He's a Korean War veteran, I think.
Can we just say really quick, totally underrated performance, and like one of his greatest in my opinion, besides the comedy BS. Danny DeVito as
I was watching
Martini.
it with Allie, and I'm like, is that Danny DeVito? And she's like, I don't think so. I'm like, yeah, it's Danny.
It is. It's the
great.
first time, because I grew up with Matilda and all that stuff, right? My dad has watched my dad and I watching this when I was like maybe 12.
Yeah,
it was on like cable, you know. My dad goes, look at that, see that? Guess who that is? Danny DeVito. I go, no way, crazy. Dude. You know, and like after this stuff, like he really builds a career. But Danny DeVito, like this is back when he was like really a serious actor.
No, he's good.
Dude, when he says, how much, he goes, this is a dime. He goes, how about a nickel? Dude, it's so good. Like, he's brilliant. He's really good.
All those actors were phenomenal. Christopher Lloyd.
Yes.
You know, it's great. It was a great cast, great group of, you liked everyone. You know, it was a very likable group.
Yep.
And that's, I think, why the ending of it hurts so much.
I can't believe you haven't seen this before. It's fine.
It's been on my list for a while, yeah.
I have a million questions for you. What'd you think about the what'd you think? So, okay, really quick. So the synopsis really quick is that Jack Nicholson's character, McPherson, McMurphy. McSomething.
About as Irish as it gets.
Yeah. Commits a crime, right? Statutory rape, and thinks that by pleading insanity, that was the whole point of it, is that he thinks he's getting one over on the system. He's going to plead insanity. They're not going to put him in jail. They're going to cure him at a facility, and he's going to be out of there. He'll be back at a baseball game on Monday, like that kind of thing, right? He's an idiot. It's involuntary commitment when you go to these places, and you don't get released until they say that you're cured.
Yep.
And this is also this takes place in the 60s, came out in the 70s, but it takes place in a time when the medical treatment of people who were diagnosed with anything was very sketchy, the way that they dealt with a lot of these illnesses. It was not it was not cool. You know what I mean? Nowadays, they have significantly better health care, and they don't, half the shit's illegal. You know? But he thinks he's going to be in and out. Going to baseball game, see this come and go as you please. I got a meeting, at 4 o'clock? I'm good till then? Not the case.
No.
Not the case. You're going to take your meds.
Yep. And you can't watch the World Series.
And watching the World Series if they'll have a vote.
Yeah.
Have a vote.
Yeah.
The vote was no. And he was not happy about that. Great arc in this.
Yeah.
How did you feel about all of the different... I liked Bill. I
thought it's a great group of guys, and I think like halfway through this movie when he takes him on the joyride in the bus and goes fishing, like it feels like an uplifting movie. You know, you have this kind of outsider guy making life a lot better for these guys, and then it just kind of the third act takes a turn.
So the third act is a great point, and I think so. Jack Nicholson's performance is fantastic. The guy who plays Billy Bibbit is fantastic. It's his first film he's ever done. Yeah, wow. Yeah, first film for that guy. When he has his psycho freak out moment, his psychotic break, the Billy Bibbit character. And they cut to Jack Nicholson's face, and he's horrified because Jack Nicholson, again, did this on purpose because he does not have a mental disorder, and he thinks he's going to get out of this as a punishment.
Yeah.
Billy Bibbit's character needs help. Needs
he went
real
there
help
voluntarily. Yeah.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
The character has mental problems. He has mental health issues and concerns.
Yeah.
And I think that because he was presenting as someone who doesn't, and then he has that psychotic break. But up until that point though, right? He was overstimulating Jack Nicholson. Yeah. But Jack Nicholson is treating him as if like, oh yeah, he shouldn't be here either. Turns out it's somebody else who shouldn't be there, but that's a whole other story.
Right.
That's the ending. But Billy Bibbit really needed help. And finally he has this breaking moment, and Jack's like, shit, like I haven't been helping you.
Yeah.
And kind of realizes that really there are some people that need to be there and all that other stuff. And it's not who you think. Like it's not always the people that you think need to be there that need the most help. Very sad for that Billy character. He ends up I don't know if it was on accident or on purpose or just during the psychotic break that something went wrong. He broke a glass. He stabbed himself in the neck.
Yep.
It's very sad.
Yep.
And
it's really Jack's fault.
It is.
Yeah.
And I think he knows it is.
McMurphy's fault.
You know, but Jack Nicholson's character in this is incredibly selfish. And
yes, he's not. It's easy to get wrapped up in Jack Nicholson's charisma and like
he
how
sells me, man.
How he's like taking them on the bus and stuff, and to thinking he's a good guy, but he's really not.
He wants to go fishing.
I mean, he was arrested for statutory rape. He did have a lot of other charges.
A 15-year-old. It's not like she was almost 18 either. Like
So it's such an interesting thing because the movie starts and like you learn that. And it's like, how are you supposed to like this character going forward knowing that information? But somehow Jack manages it to like, you get glimpses of like, liking him. But it's a deep movie. You get all the emotions, a little laughter, a little crying. But I mean, obviously the ending is pretty definitive.
Did you understand like what was going on?
Yeah, you get a lobotomy.
Yeah, lobotomy.
Yeah.
So after the death of Billy Bibbit, right? Nurse Ratched comes out and she's talking, and Jack Nicholson starts choking her, strangling her. Yeah. And it becomes clear to the staff, again, in the 60s, they wouldn't do this now. It's totally illegal.
Yep.
Becomes clear to the staff that Mr. Nicholson is also about to have a psychotic break.
Yeah.
And to keep him from also killing himself accidentally or hurting someone else like he already is with Nurse Ratched.
Yeah.
They take him upstairs, second floor, and they lobotomize him.
Yep.
And they turn him into basically a walking NPC vegetable.
Yep.
And one character we haven't talked about yet.
Chief.
Yep. Big Chief.
Yep.
Who everyone thinks is deaf and dumb.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks that he can't hear or speak. And that turns out to be not the case.
No.
And it turns out that he's totally normal. He's another one like Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Earlier on in the movie, Jack Nicholson's trying to show off to all the guys and says there's like a spigot that fills up the bathtubs.
Yeah.
He says, I'll lift this over my head right now. It's attached to the ground.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And they're like, I'll put $20 on it or whatever they say. And he can't do it. And he goes, I tried, didn't I? And he walks out. I thought it was a very Boston kind of moment. To be honest with you, it was a very tough guy in a bar kind of moment. I thought it was funny. I totally related to that scene, like that, knowing people like that, being like, well, I tried, didn't I? I'm a still tough guy. And then Chief at the end, Jack Nicholson says, I'll pick this up off the ground, I'll throw it through a window, and I'll escape right now. That's how that scene starts.
Yeah.
He can't do it because it's attached to the ground. Chief is like 7'9". He's 400 pound. There is a moment, okay, when Jack Nicholson hands Chief the ball, the basketball.
Yeah.
And if the shot is from the side and you see Chief's hands grab that, that's a big dude.
Yeah,
I'm going to look up that actor.
Crazy.
Talk about it first. I'm going to look the cast up real quick.
Yeah, so it's obviously then that moment gets called back at the end when Chief finally lifts it up and breaks out himself. But right before that, he kills McMurphy or puts him out of his misery.
Yeah, he realizes
you want to look at
that he's been lobotomized.
Yeah.
And he
you know what's so sad?
Smothers him with the pillow.
You know what's so sad about that moment too is when earlier in the movie when they take McMurphy away and he comes back.
Jack, like everybody.
He comes back and he's pretending to have been affected by the thing they did with his head. And then he just winks at Chief and he smiles. And then it's so sad at the end when like he comes back and then Chief realizes that this time he isn't faking it. You know what I'm saying? It's just
and he hugs him. Like
Yeah.
what a great
what a
like,
great moment.
brotherly love kind of moment. Like I was right there with you, man. Like the whole time. Like thank you for not making me break character. Or thank you for like. Oh, it's such a great scene between the two of them. I gotta look up. I'm trying to figure out who that guy is.
I just think
big dude.
You know, overall, I mean, very deep movie. I think again, Nurse Ratched is great. Complicated villain, and I think McMurphy's a complicated protagonist too, as we've said. And Jack Nicholson, you know, we were watching Chinatown a few months ago. Like during the '70s, he delivered some great performances.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
What are you thinking? What are we rating this year, Nick?
This is for me.
You going 5?
This is a 5.
Okay.
This is a great film.
I'm going 4.5, but I'm close. Yeah.
This is a fantastic film. I think it's a great story. I like that it's also a play.
Yeah.
And one of the things that's really cool, I am big on well executed simplicity. The reason this is 9 times out of 10 when a movie is coming from a play, you know it takes place pretty much all in one spot.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
Okay, so like they do differ in the sense that like the play, they don't go fishing. You know what I mean? They might say that they might reference that they went fishing and they come back. I haven't seen the play, but if you are making this a stage play, all you need to build, the only set you need to build for your play is the inside of the crazy place, the mental facility. And it's just like when we think about, I just relate it to our lives, right? So like when we think about making a film, how easy is it to get caught up? If you were going to make a movie in the 60s, what's the first thing we start thinking about? Well, everybody needs cigarettes. We need a car from the 60s.
Yeah.
We need all the, you know what I mean?
Right.
This is a prime example of what I hold near and dear to like great filmmaking. It's fantastic writing, great character development, great arcs, and it all takes place in one setting. Pretty much.
But I will say that it's not like they were making a period piece at the time. Like this took, you know what I'm saying? Like
no, but it's what I'm saying is that it takes a lot less of a. You could still make this movie today. In fact, they do. They have Nurse Ratched now. Ryan Murphy has recently adapted Ratched to be its own sitting on Netflix. It's fantastic.
It got canceled.
No, it didn't get canceled. It was always meant to be one. It's just one thing. But it's very well done, and the colors are crazy, and it's really out there, and it's nothing like this Nurse Ratched. It's totally different. But regardless of all that stuff, it's all done in one place.
Yeah.
It's just in that one room with all that white. I mean, everybody's wearing white. It's all white tile to be easy to clean.
Cheap location budget right there.
One location.
Yeah.
And it's still one of the best films out there. Every single character has an arc. You have tons of characters. You have like 5 characters that you got to follow. And it's I really like it. I just really like it. It's one of those films where I watch it and I am reminded why I like to make movies. Yeah. Seriously.
Good point.
It's really cool.
Well, let's see what we're watching next, shall we? Let's check it out.
All right, RJ, what do you think we're going to
what color?
Yeah, what color are you going for this week? You updated the list, right?
I'm going to go with one of the teals. All right?
One of the teals.
We did update the list, so all these should be on HBO Max.
Sure.
Yes, sure. And oh my God! I just watched this Sunday again. This is perfect. Have you seen this?
No, I have not.
Oh God, I'm excited.
Yeah?
To hear your thoughts. I just showed Allie it this weekend.
Ex Machina?
Yeah, it's Oscar Isaac, Domhnall Gleeson. Alex Garland directed it. I don't know if you've seen any of his other stuff. He did.
I definitely heard of this film, but what's it about? Like, give me like a.
So, Domhnall Gleeson. It gets right into it. It doesn't waste time. He works for this tech company, and he wins a lottery, staff lottery. He gets sent out to his boss's, the CEO of the company's house in the woods.
Okay.
And long story short, the boss lets him see what he's working on, and it's an AI being.
Okay.
And I'll leave it at that. And they go through testing of trying to figure out if he can believe that it's a human or not. But it's very like because I had seen this back when it came out, and it's so creepily like relevant now to the Chat GPT and all the shit we're talking. Like it's one of those where like it ages really well.
Interesting.
So it's good.
It's good. It is good though.
Oh yeah. It's good. It's one of my favorite sci-fi movies. Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh yeah. I'm
Okay,
excited.
you know what?
It worked out. I just
If you
watched,
say
yeah.
that I'll like it, then I'm into it.
I think you'll like it.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. No, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, if you think it'll be good, I'll watch it.
Well,
Cool,
guys, thank you for watching. As always, the Movie Mob podcast drops at 6 p.m. on Fridays. If you want the longer form stuff, we're talking movie news. This show drops every Monday at 12 p.m. And then if you like NBA, you've been following the playoffs, watch Sideline with Matt Sampson on Wednesdays at 12 p.m. But that'll do it for this episode. Let us know what you thought of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and watch Ex Machina for next week. We're going to talk about that, guys. We'll see you then. How you doing?